So one of the probably more annoying things when dealing with like Linux and getting used to it and trying to configure everything, and sometimes if you're trying to configure your window manager, the annoying thing is trying to figure out like what keys go to what. So maybe you're trying to set up your hotkeys and you want to use those special like keys that like on your exotic keyboard, and you just don't know what they're called. You look at someone else's configuration and it has like this one like key code value that you put in, and that works fine for them, but it's not working for you at all, especially when it's the exact same functionality you need. So probably one of the simplest ways is to actually use a program called evtest. If you're on Arch, it's literally like evtest. The evtest package is all you have to install. You can look at it, might be in like some other Xorg utilities and other oh distros. So what it does is if you just run evtest like straight up, it'll give you a list of like devices, input devices, and you can select from them. You can directly reference these devices, going dev input and then event blah blah blah, and go to it directly. So like one example one might find is like, well, I want to use my back and forward keys on my mouse, which my Logitech G305 has. So what you do is you select like the device you want, and then you can see, so it'll detect the movement of the mouse, but you can see that I've got like button extra and button side. So all I have to do is terminate that with Control C. So what I can then do is I can go like this, and I can go into, let's see, my .config, sxhkd, go to there, and then I can go down here and I can add like super plus and go button side. Then I can make that open. Let's go with ST just to keep it simple. So then I can write that, and then I will. So just to kind of go over it, so you can see I've got a couple other things. This basically restarts the hotkey daemon. Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Okay, give me a second. Let me. Okay. So yeah, I've got it set up. So you can see I've got like a couple of keys that I've already like sussed out what it is already. And so it's already got the things set up to do it. So I can go down, go super plus button side, and then do ST, and then write and restart. And then when I go, come on, buddy, where's my thing? Normally it works. Okay, so let's do this instead. So let's run evtest again, and then I believe it is the one I want is the ASUS hotkeys. And so okay, so it's not that. Let's see. So I've got the, let's go 15. That might be it. Okay, there it is. So the laptop that I have has a special like ASUS key, and so basically it comes up as key prog 1, and then I can go volume up, volume down. Oh, dang. I think I messed it up, actually, come to think of it. But this will basically tell you, like, what keys do what.
A few moments later.
Okay, actually, I was using the wrong one. Okay, so evtest is one that you can basically pull from. This is the, so xev is the one that basically gives you like input stuff. So you can see that, oh, the key press event and key release event happens. And let's see, it is XF86 launch. So if I go, and that goes, oh, XF86, and then, where is it? Come on, buddy. So what evtest will let you do is basically see what the key is in like some programs. So like Discord and whatnot, it'll help you identify that. It might show up as that sometimes. Otherwise, the other one is XEV, which is basically X event. So, okay. And then it's launch 1. And we set that to ST. And then let's add super plus and then blah ST. So we go back. Okay, so where is it? Button press. So button press release. Button 8. Control C. Oh. So if we go, so what it showed us is you see button 9 and button 8. So if I were to add, so in SXHKD, the shortcut I believe is, yeah, button 8. And then I can set that and write it. And then what, let's see, which one was it? So we can see that super button 8 basically brings up a new terminal. And then if I do the same thing, okay, let me double check that I have that correct. Oh, I didn't capitalize the F, that's why. Okay, so now I can set it up, and now my special key basically does that. So that's basically the basic rundown of it. And so these keys you can actually put into things like your Lua, your awesome configuration for like your hotkeys in there. So let me yoink these out real quick. Okay, let me. So if you go into awesome, RC Lua, so those are, so in the hotkeys here, you can add those as well. So you'll see people with the volume controls kind of the same way. You'll use the exact same name. And if you know how to configure it, or you learn how to configure awesome, then you can do it that way. Oh, the other, you can use the same key names in DWM. Pretty much anything that has a configuration like that for the key code, you're basically going to use that as your thing. You'll put that in as like key name and go from there, from whatever you pull from XCV, XEV. And that's basically how you can configure your back and forward buttons to do stuff. It might be similar in your web browser, depending on what your web browser is. You'd have to go looking around. So if I were to pull up Vivaldi and go into the settings here, let's see, keyboard. So most of the time, it'll just like work. So if I go and hit like, where is it? Let's just set it here. So like it doesn't pull anything up from like my mouse buttons, sadly. So I won't be able to mess with that. So depending on your web browser, if it's like one that is configured by a config file, then it might be a bit easier to work with that and get that to work. But other than that, for the most part, your window manager and stuff is going to be like your go-to for that kind of a thing. So you can make your 12 buttons on your gaming mouse do like all that stuff. You just have to figure out what each button is mapped to in Xorg. And that's basically it. So you can configure your mouse, your special keyboard, your exotic keyboard that has weird keys on it, and go from there and enjoy. If this was helpful, join the Discord, chat, any other suggestions that you have, ideas that and whatnot, and all my cool shill links are in the description too. So I will see you in the next one.